The Jimmy Olsen Radio Network.
Spinal adjustments provided by Dr. Chad Rolfson. The Spinal Tuning Chiropractic Center is a Des Moines area low flat fee per month unlimited chiropractic care practice. When life happens, just adjust. Schedule today at spinaltuning.com. Barbecue provided by Kenny's Rib Wagon, catering ribs for your pleasure and serving daily at Plaza Pub, 62nd and Douglas in Des Moines, across from Merle Hay Mall. Find Kenny's Rib Wagon on Facebook. It's Bible story time, 2 Samuel 13, 1 through 22. David's son, Absalom, had a beautiful unmarried sister named Tamar. Amnon, another of David's sons, fell in love with her. He was so much in love with her that he became sick because it seemed impossible for him to have her as a virgin. She was kept from meeting men. But he had a friend, a very shrewd man named Jonadab, the son of David's brother Shammah. Jonadab said to Amnon, "You are the king's son, yet day after day I see you looking sad. What's the matter?" "I'm in love with Tamar, the sister of my half-brother Absalom," he answered. Jonadab said to him, "Pretend that you are sick and go to bed. When your father comes to see you, say to him, 'Please ask my sister Tamar to come and feed me. I want her to fix the food here where I can see her and then serve it to me herself.'" So Amnon pretended that he was sick and went to bed. King David went to see him, and Amnon said to him, "Please, let Tamar come and make a few cakes here, where I can see her, and then she can serve them to me herself." So David sent word to Tamar in the palace, "Go to Amnon's house and fix him some food." She went there and found him in bed. She took some dough, prepared it, and made some cakes there where he could see her. Then she baked the cakes and emptied them out of the pan for him to eat. But he wouldn't. He said, "Send everyone away." And they all left. Then he said to her, "Bring the cakes here to my bed and serve them to me yourself." She took the cakes and went over to him. As she offered them to him, he grabbed her and said, "Come to bed with me." "No," she said. "Don't force me to do such a degrading thing. That's awful. How could I ever hold up my head in public again? And you would be completely disgraced in Israel. People speak to the king, and I'm sure that he will give me to you. But he will not listen to her. And since he was stronger than she was, he overpowered her and raped her." Then Amnon was filled with a deep hatred for her. He hated her now even more than he loved her before. He said to her, "Get out." "No," she answered. "To send me away like this is a greater crime than what you just did." But Amnon would not listen to her. He called in his personal servant and said, "Get this woman out of my sight. Throw her out and lock the door." The servant put her out and locked the door. Tamar was wearing a long robe with full sleeves, the usual clothing for an unmarried princess in those days. She sprinkled ashes on her head, tore her robe, and with her face buried in her hands, went away crying. When her brother Absalom saw her, he asked, "Has Amnon molested you? Please, sister, don't let it upset you so much. He is your half-brother, so don't tell anyone about it." So Tamar lived in Absalom's house sad and lonely. When King David heard what had happened, he was furious. And Absalom hated Amnon so much for raping his sister, Tamar, that he would no longer even speak to him. 2 Samuel 13, 1 through 22, Bible story time. You can share this story on social media, both Facebook and Twitter. You can also follow me there at My Buddy Jimmy, as well on YouTube at My Buddy Jimmy 101.
The Jimmy Olsen Radio Network.